Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. Bit of a story time today, and hopefully I don't bore you with it, but I wish somebody would have shared what I'm about to share with me when I was in my 20s, because I would have made very different decisions. It took me almost a decade to figure this out, and I hope that you can figure this out in like the next 4 or 5 minutes. On Sundays, I like to just kind of grab my phone, do a bit of a vlog style, bit of a download type video. And if you want more of these, do let me know in the comments, because I'm happy to do these more often. I'm constantly thinking, constantly reading, constantly writing. That's probably the thing I enjoy doing most. And then sharing it is just like a massive bonus, because if this helps you in some way, shape, or form, it gives me a lot of fulfillment. So do let me know if something lands. After high school, which I hated, I never went to college, university, couldn't afford it. I wanted to be a heavy-duty mechanic, but I think it was like 30, 40 grand. And I was like, there's no way that me or my family has that. So I went roofing, framing, painting, blue-collar stuff. At 20, I was working at a place called Lordco, which is kind of like a Napa, or it's an auto parts store. And a dude next to me just started. He had a yellow Corvette. He just started working. I think he got like a management position. And I was like, what do you do? And he told me, I worked on oil rigs for 4 or 5 years, bought this thing cash, and now I just kind of quit the rigs. And I was like, what's the oil rigs? Like, I didn't know what that was. I thought they were some drilling platforms on the ocean. I really didn't know what they were. He called Calgary, which is where the head office was, and I got on the phone with a guy named Guy. And Guy was a rig manager for one of the rigs, and they were looking for a roughneck, which is, I just asked him basically, when can I start? Especially after I heard about the pay. I think you started at 80 grand a year. For a 20-year-old who had no education, that was pretty good. And I went out to the oil rigs and proceeded to have the worst 6 years of my life, because you're never home, and it's minus 40. Minus 40 Celsius is minus 40 Fahrenheit. So it taught me hard work, and I don't regret it. But no matter how much money I made, it didn't get me ahead. I know this is sort of like, people talk about this, the rat race and the matrix, blah, blah, blah. Great. It's great for marketing purposes, and I understand the concept. It's like escape the matrix or get out of the rat race. But to me, I was in the rat race. There's multiple ways to be in the rat race, by the way. And I see people stuck in this. Spend less, live below your means, be frugal, don't enjoy life. And maybe in 40 years, if you invest 20% of your paycheck, you may have enough money to enjoy your old ass life, and not be able to enjoy life by then because you're 65, 70 years old. That's a rat race. There's other versions to it. Just make more money, get a better job and make more money. Rat race, because there's lifestyle inflation, your lifestyle, and I did that on the rigs. Your lifestyle just keeps getting better, but it's not like you're moving ahead anytime soon. And as we know, these things, cars, motorcycles, whatever, they give you some momentary pleasure, but eventually the car is outdated, or someone else has a nicer one or a bigger one, and it's the rat race. And so no matter if you're trying to make more, or you're trying to spend less, or you're living well below your means, to me, it's all the rat race. I want to take bets in my life that give me, it's all risk reward. And so I want to take risk and earn reward for it. And if I lose a little, but if I win big. I don't have time. I was just talking to someone. They have a 7-year-old kid. They feel like they don't know they're a kid because they've just been grinding and investing. I live below my means. I work overtime and I'm investing everything. Well, your kid is 7 years old. You don't even know where the time went. You don't recognize them. They don't know their dad. That's financial freedom. Yeah, but by the time I'm 60, I'll have, $3 million or $2 million. Okay, well, by the time you're 60, your kid's not going to know you. They're out of the house. You're too old to drive the Lamborghini anyways, or to go on those vacations. You can't do the hikes. What? That's financial freedom, and people make a killing of teaching that stuff. But if you actually ask the question, how did that guy teaching you frugality and live below your means and retire at 60 make their money? They didn't make it that way. They took bets, and some of those bets paid off, and they were able to create a level of financial freedom for themselves. That's just the truth. And so I always tell people, it's like, even crypto and DeFi, to me, it's a tool. I'm not obsessed. I am obsessed with the space, but I'm not in love with any single project. Any single investment. It is a tool. That's it. There is cycles in crypto, and potentially the biggest cycle that we've ever seen is coming. And to me, I see that as a tool, as a vehicle to generate cash so I can fund next levels of freedom for myself. I'm not into the long game. I'm not into the, I'll just grind it away for the next 40 years and hopefully I can retire. That doesn't exist anymore, and that's still being taught, and people pay for that crap. I quit the rigs because I started looking around and I'm like, all the people living my life, they're not doing this. All the people living the life I want, they're not doing this. They're playing a different game. Focus on making more, 100%. Focus on, yes, living below your means. You don't have to be a cheap F. Saving on a coffee is not going to save you and make you millions of dollars. It's insane to me. You enjoy some things, spend money on them. The things you don't enjoy, just don't do it. You don't have to be in the rat race. You don't have to try to keep up with the neighbors and try to show them what you have. You do the things you love, go the places because you want to. But to me, money is replaceable. Time isn't. Sure, if you live below your means and you're frugal and you hate your job and you hate your life and you're putting 10% away for the next 40 years, then your little couple $100,000 is going to be worth a couple $1 million. I get it. You're also going to be 65, 70, and time now is more valuable than it will be when we're 70. Listen, when I say that, please. You are whatever age you are right now, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever you are. This moment, you're going to be your most, and this is with, you can obviously be a little healthier and have more vitality in the future, but all I'm saying is you are trading in youth, you are trading in now for something 40 years down the road. And the concept, logically, we're like, well, that makes sense. But I'm like, can you have it all? And the answer is yes. How can you make more money? And how can you take bets on yourself? How can you get equity in businesses? How can you invest in assets that have a, maybe you're taking a little bit more risk, stacking for the bull run, but the reward. There are people in our community who are going to make more money in 1 year than most people do their entire lifetimes because of the cycle. And guess what? They know how to spot that cycle, and they know how to profit off that cycle. And when that cycle is over, there's opportunities to earn income. When markets are sideways or even a little bit downtrending, I'm all in on earning income. I'm all into earning income in crypto and DeFi and passive income and different projects and different investments and yield farming and all the fun stuff. And all those profits go into building a bull run bag so we can see a 5 to 10x or more appreciation. And in 1 year, I'll make more money than most people do in their lifetimes. Not because I'm smarter, but because I'm willing to take the bet. I'm willing to buy Bitcoin at $16,000 when no one else is. You put $10,000 in that, it'll be worth $100,000. Most people have never seen $100,000 of cash because they're not taking those risks. They're putting a little bit in a stock market for hopefully 8% a year or some dividend crap. If you have a large volume, that makes sense. But if you don't, it's like, okay, you can do that for the next 40 years. It makes sense. Or can you front load the risk? Can you take bigger bets? Can you make more cash and then invest it in that stuff? So you're not entering the markets with a couple grand or tens of thousands of dollars. You can enter the market with millions and actually make dividend income that makes sense that you can live off of. And that's the game I played. And when I realized that on the rigs, I quit. Lost my house because I was paying a mortgage for it. I mean, I had to sell it, didn't lose it, but I had to sell it because I couldn't afford it. Sold my 2 cars, the lie that I was living, the rat race I was living. I said, I'd rather live in a effing box with nothing, yet wake up and go after something that I want to, control my calendar in a way I want to, work on things that are meaningful to me, and no amount of money. You cannot bribe me with money because I can make more of it, but I can't get this moment back. And I'm like, that is success. I don't care if you're just starting a business or just starting to try something, or you're at $120,000 a year job and you take a pay cut to work for $50,000 a year, but you love what you do and you see opportunity to grow in that business or company, you are successful. And so many people fall into the, I can't change my life because the money pays for my lifestyle. F your lifestyle. Seriously. It's thinking so small. You can have so much more. So much more is available to you. Some people will be like, hell yes, and get inspired. Others will doubt that and call me an idiot, and that is fine as well. Just keep an open mind. stay open to the possibility, and that's it. Rant over. Truly appreciate you. I hope you're having an awesome Sunday. Excited to get back into things tomorrow. Play the Crypto DeFi game. V2 updates in the Underdog Investor Group are underway, and the entrepreneurship mindset, this kind of stuff, that group is going to be opening up in the next 14 days. That comes with the UIG. So it's going to be a group and a community where we can talk about this stuff, because this is what ultimately lights me up. Crypto and DeFi and, all the leveraged income and passive income you can create is a tool for creating a better version of my life and of myself. And I've been doing that for a decade. And to me, that's success. Even if I lost everything tomorrow, I'd wake up tomorrow feeling successful, because you're creating your life, not having life dictate your reality. Because to me, that's a losing game. It's a rat race. It's the lie. Probably grateful I didn't go to university and college, because I could have been fed a bunch of crap and I'd still believe it. I somehow just didn't listen in school and made up my own mind. Where that comes from, I don't know, but I'm grateful for being rebellious, and I'm grateful for you as well. Maybe you relate to this in some way. Do let me know. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. I'll leave some videos for some educational stuff around crypto and DeFi. The opportunities are there, even if you're dollar cost averaging into assets right now. Sweet, that's level 1. Maybe you're dollar cost averaging into assets and creating yield on them, that's level 2. Maybe you're creating a lot of yield and moving that yield and the profits into building your bull run bay even faster, which was I've been doing for the last 2 years, then even better. But either way, the opportunity is there, and I hope you learn from some of these videos. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. Peace.